This is Paul. Look at all this here. Libya, Liberia, yeah. Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana. Oh, Togo. Oh, how much in actual assets do these nations have? Yes. There probably is a list of them. Africa, the second largest continent in area and population. Yes. The world's largest desert, the Sahara. Is divided into 54 independent countries and several other political units. The largest country is Algeria. Pooh. Now, I know you have to sell some bonds to somebody. Yes. And that's, well, of course, why would they ever doubt the United States in packaging up? They don't remember the credit crisis and how we were selling. Well, the government pensions of those employees of the 54 independent nations of Africa. Why don't you get me the actual amount of tax deferred retirements of all of those in Africa that thought it is a good investment? Look at the interest rates throughout the world. Yes. In Japan, they're paying 0.05%. And in Germany, yeah, nowhere near what the treasury rates are in the United States. You know how you sell it. Things are going strong over here. We have a little government shutdown because of a wall that nobody really likes to talk about. But as soon as we get that out of the way, things are going to just kind of spontaneously ignite. Is that right? Now, where the people of Africa live. Oh, look at this density of persons. More than 500. They live right here and right here. Yes. Over here. Yes. Look, why don't we look at the dense population structures where there's more than 5 million inhabitants in major urban centers, where they have a large number of government employees that all have some sort of tax deferred account that the investment in America's bonds is a sure. Makes it so much easier. Now, I wanted to make an investment right along here. Yes, from the Red Sea over to there. Yes. You notice that there's less than 5 to 2 persons. Yes, very few individuals live in the Sahara Desert. See, the thought was that I could make a large solar furnace. You remember the 10-story tall, 100 times magnification of the sun magnifying glass? And I could make it 10 stories tall, and then I could point it at this ocean, yes, and this sea, yes, and it would cause the salt water to desalinate, where I would keep the salt, yes, and then I would pump it all the way across here, yes. Then I'd put in 10 different airports, yes, and then I'd have what's called water balloon planes. Well, let's say you're in the Air Force. You're either wanting to fly those 20, excuse, $200 million jets or maybe $1 billion jet. You spend the first 2 years of your Air Force training, yes, flying water balloon planes that dump water in the northern part of Africa and the southern part, causing a greening effect because of the evaporation of water. Now, it sounds kind of stupid, but let's say that you wanted to be in the Air Force because they have Air Forces in this encyclopedia. Could you call each and every Air Force of the world? Yes. Let's say the United States Air Force was not going to enforce child trafficking laws. I know I have some screen prints, but we might not get to them today. Look at the Air Force, fighter planes. A lot of the new recruits for the military, I mentioned that I'd like to have some say in what happens to you. See, what I did is I redesigned the aircraft. It holds a lot of water. Yes, it's propeller driven. Yeah. You drive it a couple hundred miles away from the airport I'm going to put in the Sahara. You open it up and it dumps all the water, and it happens that the water evaporates and it kind of has a greening effect. Now, there's some major air forces. The United States Air Force. Oh, look at you have 2,800 combat aircraft. Yeah, 1,300 fighter and 140 bombers on active duty. Ooh. And it has about 315,000 active members, along with about 69,000 in the Air Force Reserve. Now, let's say you decided that you wanted to enlist in the Air Force and you wanted to be one of these fighter pilots of the 2,800 available combat aircraft. And you spend the first 4 years of your training learning to take off and land in a propeller. Now, I know. Okay. I'm going to end up suing the United States military, and there will not be any sign-on bonuses. Pooch. There won't actually be any fighter aircraft for you to be able to fly until you've been in there at least till 15 to 20 years. You will not get any actual airtime in any jet aircraft. It's a lot less expensive for the Air Force. See, we always think these 315,000 active members of the Air Force. I told you. I know. You will end up spending the first 4 years of your airplane training in the middle of the Sahara Desert.